I believe in war, but you're ready to fight. Lift your hands, you got to stand with all your might. In the shells, we ignite. Troops in the battle, tribes unite. Rebels rise, hear the sound. Metal echoes all around.
What's up, everybody?
I think the AI glitched.
The AI glitched.
I think it did.
Well, hell, that don't surprise me.
No, it doesn't. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
Yeah, AI's, but AI's perfect, man.
Yeah,
it can take the place of anything.
Yeah, let's see it design one hand.
Yeah, right. Five fingers and two thumbs. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you've been following us this week, you know.
Hopefully you have been.
But yeah, so, hopefully you know that we do have a guest today, and actually it's going to be kind of an ongoing thing for the next couple of weeks. Looks like so.
Yep.
So buckle in and
that's
get
right.
ready for all the bands coming on. Hopefully you guys can join in and learn about somebody new that maybe you didn't know about. So
that's right.
Well, I think we're working on another one too. So hopefully it goes out further than that. Who knows? So
yep.
So, but
we are always trying.
Yeah,
that's
we
true.
are. We are doing that. That's for sure. So, but I guess without further ado, we'll talk about we got Lassie Lance from Neverfade. I think this will be his third time here, which is crazy to think about. I think we pretty much talk to him once every year since we talked to him, so it's kind of funny.
I think so.
Which is fun. I love
absolutely.
I
love Lassie. Lassie gets his hat trick this weekend. So
yeah, that's right. There's not many people that's got that on the show. So
nope, there isn't.
He might be the fastest to get it. So.
We'd have to look into that. Yeah. But.
Yeah. So. All right. Without further ado, we're gonna bring in Lassie here. So.
Lassie.
Hey, what's up, Lassie?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing well.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I was listening to your speech before. I didn't realize. I was trying to think, is it the second or third time? But it's the third time, isn't it?
Yep. Third time. Yeah. So.
It came around before we released anything, I think.
You had one single out, I think. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like the first single ever, and then with the album, and now obviously,
right.
It seems like I'm only. Yeah. It makes me feel bad that I'm only here to sell stuff.
No, that's fine.
I mean that's what we're here to help you do.
I mean, that's totally fine.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. I mean, we've said all along that anyone who comes on the show has got an open invitation to come back, because this whole music industry thing it's not a static thing. Of course, that's at least we hope not. So. As everyone's career progresses, yours and everyone else, and even ours, technically, with this whole thing, there's no reason to just have a band come on once, unless there's a band that we talk to who, unfortunately, as recent, one of our recent guests has told us that their visit is basically portending the end of the actual band. If you guys don't know who we're talking about Death Dealer and everything that they've been going through recently with Ross the Boss. So, but hell, we even told Stu with the projects that he's got going on, it's like, hey man, anything else comes down the pike, just let us know, come back on, we'll talk about that. So absolutely, anyone who's Neverfade, Death Dealer, we just talked to Valtteri and Velu a little while ago in Barrel. We had them on for their second go around.
Yeah, I saw that you had them a few weeks ago. They just released an album, Barrel. And, it was Valtteri and Velu, was it?
Yep, it was Valtteri and Velu. Yep. So we had them on again. So we consider you guys all part of technically our alliance. I guess we got.
We're going to be we're going to be an honorary inductee into the new wave of Finnish heavy metal.
Hey, that works for me, man.
The only American project in
it. Got a North American wing of the new wave of Finnish.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Yeah. That would work. Get slightly geopolitical up in here. Just for a second.
I was going to bring that up about Barrel too, because that's kind of the reason that Lassie is here is because of the interview with Barrel. So
that's true.
He's like, hey, I noticed you guys interviewed Barrel.
Yeah. That is that's the crazy thing.
Together,
but I mean, it's
crazy actually that I interviewed Barrel because Vello has his own like new ever Finnish heavy metal podcast.
Yeah, he was talking about that,
which we've been on that, and then obviously he didn't want to interview himself, so I stepped in as a guest for the album release podcast for Barrel. So I was on your guys' seat for the new heavy metal podcast and interviewing the guys from Barrel. So I've had time on both sides of the table.
Yeah.
So how was that as far as an experience to be on that
good.
side?
I had a bit of a hangover, so it was like the greatest place to listen to a new album when you're kind of fragile and sore. So
when your head's already pounding things, anyway. So
your hearing is more delicate, let's say.
Right. So what better time to listen to
no, not at all. when I was young, 14, 15 something, we had a metalcore band, and we went to do a demo at this like kind of local studio. We lived in a small town next to Tampere. And the first of all, the guy was like, well, we didn't realize anything, but like the demo, like when you listen to it now, is I can't believe you paid money for that. It's like totally awful, like just so bad. And but I remember the producer at the studio, he was like, yeah, so his whole thing is like when he starts mixing the day before he drinks a bottle of vodka, so the next morning his ears are like primed for all the wrong sounds and all this, so he can mix it perfectly. And was like, okay, well that kind of makes sense, because you don't, your hearing kind of tends to be like, all the noises are like, you're more delicate, but then like afterwards it's like, no, he was just an alcoholic.
Oh wow.
Trying to justify his
behavior. Yeah. So you do this for a living then? So no, I only drink the vodka for the mixing, not other.
Oh, he definitely drinks the vodka for mixing. Yes, absolutely.
He's the Bob Euchre of producing, huh? So.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, he was a weird guy. We were like 14, 15. We were leaving, and he was like, "Do you guys smoke cigarettes?" Like, yeah, I have some Camel cigarettes if you want to buy some cigarettes. And we bought like these 10 packs of Camel cigarettes from him. Like,
oh wow,
wow, Camel cigarettes. Whoa, that's going back a minute.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
Well, I thought, probably when we grew up, there was probably as many cigarettes as there were death metal bands, at that time. So
yeah, you're probably right.
there's like some names. I was like, man, I don't even know what. I think if you called out some crazy name, it was probably a cigarette named after it. So
back in the 80s, yeah, probably.
Yeah, there was like so many. Like I think they had like a whole like section, because I remember like going to the grocery store and like the end caps were where they kept the cigarettes in, and they had them locked up, and you'd have to, hey, let me go get the carton of this or a carton of that, and then they had like 3 sections of end caps, and I was like, man, that's all. Thinking about it now, so that's a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, it really was. Well, you remember the little pull machines too?
Oh my God, are you out here telling our age, man? Like,
we talked about how old we are before on the show anyway.
You got people listening going, what the hell are they talking about? Pull machines. Yeah, you put coins in it and pull it, and it popped out the pack of cigarettes.
Yes, it did.
They still have
like a vending machine.
It's weird. Like I lived in Germany for a few years, and like from 2020 to 2022, and they still have vending machine, like cigarette vending machines on the streets. Like,
oh wow!
But now you have like contactless payments and all that, but you still.
Oh well, sure.
Right, true, yeah.
But still, like that, it's so weird. Like not in Finland. Like you would never be able to do that. That's super illegal. I mean, Germany.
I was about to say
for Marlboro and.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably regulated different there than in Germany. So they're
Mhm.
the
Yeah, but we're all part of the EU, so you would think they would.
that's true.
That is true too. Yeah,
That is true. But
I guess
the Germans do have their vices. They absolutely do.
yeah. It's probably more. It's probably more like what we go through here, whereas we as a country have laws, but then states have separate laws too. So
Yeah, well, they have states as well. So like in the state that I lived in, you could still smoke indoors in bars,
oh
Oh
wow,
Lord.
which was great because I still smoked cigarettes at the time. So like it was like a whole amazing thing for me, not for anybody else. Like not
Yeah.
for
right,
anybody who doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
But now when I go visit and I don't smoke anymore, so I go visit and I'm like, this is the worst fucking thing. Like, how can anybody be here? This is awful.
Yeah, I remember. I actually roughly remember when that kind of took effect here, where you couldn't like smoke indoors anymore, like at restaurants, especially. You used to be you want smoking or non-smoking, and it's crazy to think back on that. It's like they used to ask you that where you wanted to
right.
sit, and then of course it was stupid because I mean normally it was just like this half wall, like so you'd be sitting right here,
Like
and
you
you'd
can
have
still
a half
smell
wall
it.
here, and like someone was like just puffing away trying to eat their hamburger right here, and you're like, it's like this is dumb. It's like it's still coming
Yeah.
over here. So yeah,
Right.
it was just it's kind of like a weird time that we used to live in, but it's
And Germans still do. So
yeah,
they're stuck in that in
That
the
do-
90s.
that doesn't surprise me really, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is that it's probably one of those things that because I know that of course I'm not a drinker, but I know a lot of people are like, well, I smoke when I drink, and I'm always drinking, so I'm always smoking. So it's kind of,
Yeah, right. Yeah. It always seemed like you always
They go
seemed like you
hand in
smoked
hand.
worse. You always seemed like you smoked worse when you was drinking though. So it always
from
seemed
what
like
I've
it kind of
seen
enhanced it or
historically,
something.
yeah. From what I've seen historically, it does seem to be the case.
I think the point.
Yeah.
I think you just got so messed up you forgot you had one. It's like,
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've been there.
still do that,
I've been
like,
there.
I don't smoke normally anymore, but if I have a drink, then it's so deeply ingrained into the brain that it's like, okay, this requires a cigarette.
Yeah, so it's still
But, yeah.
still kind of like a social thing for you. I can see that. I can see that.
But in the morning, then you have like a half smoked pack and you throw it to the bin and
Yeah, right.
taste.
Yeah.
Like
I
shit.
was about to say, and you're probably like, oh, ugh,
Yeah.
I know here the big thing now is cigar bars with they have a cigar bar and then people
that's
have
gotten
beer
really big.
or drink or something. So
Yeah.
have a
And I
little
might have a
glass of
cigarette after a
Chardonnay or something.
show. Like after a gig, I might have
That's
one cigarette.
that's a damn good show if you got to have a cigarette after one.
I'm telling you.
It's like adrenaline is running high, and you usually want to go outside anyhow because you're so sweaty and all, and then
Yeah.
they usually, it's nice to have like one cigarette after
That's
a
gonna-
show.
That's going to be my
maybe even half a cigarette.
that's going to be my new selling pitch for you guys. Go see Neverfade, man, because it's better than sex. You have to have a cigarette after the show. So.
You might see the singer at the smoking place like afterwards, bumming your cigarette from you, like
Bumming a cigarette from I just need one. Can somebody give me one?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just chucking them at you. Just
Yeah, it's like now they start like throwing cigarettes at us on stage, and that's not going to be good.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
Now
that's
this
true.
gets out. It's not fucking panties or beer cans. It's cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, at least cigarettes are soft. So
Yeah.
beer cans not.
I mean, unless you get
bait.
unless you get hit by a corner of one and somebody's a baseball pitcher, maybe. But
Well, that's true. That is true.
that would probably hurt.
Yeah, we get one right in the eye.
Oh man! So lastly, you guys have you've been pretty busy since the last. Of
Yes.
course, I mean, I think you guys stayed pretty busy since the first time we talked to you guys. It seems like y'all just keep rolling with things. I think Barrel said something like you got like 30 plus bands involved in like the new wave of Finnish heavy metal now, and it's coming from I don't remember what I remember it was like nine or 10 when we first talked to you guys, maybe somewhere around there. It wasn't a lot.
All right.
And then it kind of like enhanced into what it is, which is awesome, dude.
It really is.
I think that's great that it's picked up that fast and kind of took off. So
Yeah, I've been following the new wave of Finnish heavy metal Facebook page since you came on the first time, and it's hard to keep up with everything that's been going on. But that's actually a great sign.
Yeah, that's true. And I've been honestly, I've taken a bit of a step back from like the day-to-day activities from the alliance. So we, I mean, obviously we still like put up shows, and it's a like it's great that we have so many bands in the group now, because anywhere you go, like we last year we did like Lapland, we did all around Finland, and since there's bands from all around now, you can just send a message to the WhatsApp group and be like, hey, we need 2 bands for this show this date, who can come? And then we just brand it as a new way of Finnish heavy metal show. And it's been good, like it's been really great. And the more people you have in your community, obviously the more knowledge you have. So it's turned
Mhm.
into like, from this scrappy little let's do some like theme shows, into like, okay, well, there's discussion going on all the time on the messaging groups that we have, like a WhatsApp group that we have, that someone has, for example, we were ordering a new the background, what it's called,
The backdrop.
that backdrop, yeah. And just asking other bands like, hey, where did you get these done, how's the quality, what's the best price, getting merch. We have like a deal with one merch place that gives us like um, a discount, because there's so many bands. If we all ordered from one place, then we have like a specific price list for new wave of Finnish heavy metal bands. And yeah, just getting knowledge and sharing that knowledge, and building that community has been great. So we have like, it's over 30 bands, and it's at least 4 people per band, so it's like over 100 people in the community.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's great. It's super super nice. And then Yasmin from Rat Breed, she's really taken the kind of day to days and the whole driving the whole thing. She's doing a bang up job on it. It's culminating into this big event that she's being putting together next week in Finland, called Kuopio Metal Meeting, which is
yep,
like, it's one part obviously the alliance, but then there's like, I've lost count how many like sponsors they have. We have, we have real bands like playing, and we have the guitar player from Tarot, a Finnish metal band, is doing like a keynote thingy. And yeah, it's super super nice to see that it's ballooning up, like,
yeah,
right. So it's been a pleasure to watch. Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna ask you about that, but you kind of led into it. But it's good that it's awesome that it's gotten to a point where, you know I mean, you could potentially, and like you said, that this thing coming up next week is not all, alliance bands, but this thing keeps progressing the way that it has. You could, you're gonna get. Just based on the quantity now, you could have, a daily, just a single day alliance festival, and I kind of see that that's where it's heading.
Yeah, we're trying to get something off the ground, like at a bar in Helsinki in May, with like 4 bands. We were trying to make it a 2-day thing with like 4 bands Friday, Saturday, but now I think it's 4 bands one night at the end of May. Sadly, we are not gonna play there with Neverfade, and like we played in so many alliance shows, and we're not
Hmm.
playing in Kuopio at the metal meeting either, because we have another show at another place next Saturday. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of trying to give room to all the new bands as well, to
Sure.
get into the shows and all that. But yeah, I mean, we could do like a private festival, over 100 people, if we do like, it's been a thought of mine to have like a meeting at some point where it's just for the Alliance member bands, and
Yeah.
even that's like 100 people. So it's
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
proper fucking show at that point.
Yeah. Well, there's like a little wrinkle in what you just said, with everything that's been going on, the amount of bands that's come in talking about, well, because you're mentioning that Neverfade isn't playing at the metal meeting because you guys have another show. That's the thing is you're getting to the point now where it's not so much trying to get on the schedule, it's having too much on the schedule.
Yeah.
Because you got this one thing that you got next Saturday. Like, well, if we weren't doing this, we could probably do this. So it's a good thing, and kind of it's I hate when people say this, because they say it where I work all the time, and it drives me nuts. But it's one of those things where it's a good problem to have. God, I hate that saying. I feel gross just saying it. But because instead of when are we going to play next, it's like, all right, now we have to pick between, do we play this?
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, it's an evolution of, all right, we were looking for places to play, and now it's we have to sort through dates to see what we can and can't do.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, for us also, it's like we have so much going on that we kind of need to step back a bit and kind of decide, okay, what's like high priority. Obviously, like doing the metal meeting would be high priority, but this is a single release show that we're doing in my hometown, so it's also
Right.
like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we know that that's gonna probably be a different level of a show because it's more intimate, and then we want to do it as a single release thing, and play in my hometown for a sold out house. So it should be equally fun, different kinds of fun, but like different kinds of priorities. And then, but outside of the Alliance stuff as well, it's like we need to prioritize what we do, because we can't be doing like gigs every weekend, because our drummer just like they got their second kid like a few months ago, so it's not really super doable to him to head out on tour every weekend and be in practice and then record stuff all the time. So this year is gonna be like, we were looking at, we actually had to cancel some shows because we were looking at the schedule that we booked, and we had like 15 shows for like the spring, and we're looking at it being like, we can't do all of these shows. Like we have to decide which are going to be the which ones we're going to push back to the autumn, and which ones we're going to do now. So we had to push a few shows to after the summer. So yeah, I mean, it's like you said, cliche, but a nice problem to have. But because it comes with its own set of problems. It's not that grind necessarily all the time. And then we had to bring in kind of a manager sort of a person into our band as well, to kind of take some of the load off of me of like booking shows and all that, and we're always trying to level up our live performances. So yeah, not all venues can necessarily support what we want to do on stage now, like with all the kind of
you're starting our show, so you're
and all that we brought into our show, that we also have to look at the venues that we can't play.
Yeah,
and
starting
to go into any pizzeria and play in the corner. Doesn't really work. When you're shooting confetti cannons during your show, you don't want someone to be eating a pizza next to you.
Extra toppings things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I guess like when you're talking about it the way you're talking about it, it makes me realize that we talk a lot over here about work-life balance with jobs, because that's a big thing now over here. They want to make sure your work-life balance, because I guess they don't want you overstressed and have to look for somebody else to fill your spot if you quit or whatever because of too much on you. But when you're in the entertainment industry, I think it's different, because it's almost you either have to or you just lose it sometimes, because and then you got to think, what's more important, my family or and I can relate. And I'm not going to go into the story because I've told it 100 times on here, but I can relate to that because I had to make a decision at one point whether I wanted to be on the road 200 days a year or if I wanted to be at home with two toddlers. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it was, and that's a tough decision to make because is money great? Awesome. Yeah, I mean, great. Money's awesome, but you're going to miss those moments with your kids that you can't get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's something that I heard a lot of people, musicians, football players, whatever the case may be, say, man, I missed a lot, dude. It's horrible to have to miss, that much, even though we're well off, but money isn't everything when you miss, first steps, first, tooth, first, haircuts, and
Yeah.
a lot of the first with kids growing up is pretty important to some people. So
Yeah, and we're all like, we still have a day jobs, right? So we
That too. Yeah.
we don't get that much. We don't get any money out of this. Like all the money that we get goes into like paying for the gas,
Yeah.
the show, or or buying like more equipment that we can use and stuff like this. So it's like we're not making bank on any of this. So it's also that, okay, well, do I want to spend all my waking hours like grinding first and on a day job, and then after that, all the weekends are at playing shows and all that, you burn out, even though that's like a therapeutic thing to go up on stage, but like if you could do it, just go to the venue and get up on stage and go home, that would be different, but it's not that. So
Yeah.
it's so, and I have a wife as well, so I want to spend time with my family, so
Of course. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there's decisions always to be made, and maybe at some point when if it becomes like, okay, well, this is a viable career option, not just something to do on the side, then that's a decision to be made. But right now we're just doing it for the fun still. So
well, I want to think that everybody starts out like that. They're just doing it for the love of the music, and and then you just have to be at the right place at the right time to get like a big, a good record deal or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Or just be, pushing and pushing online until, next thing you know, you got 3 million followers, or, so I mean, it's just kind of that thing to where it's almost has to be, like you said, a right place, right time. And it has to be a time and situation, and it has to be a decision, of where are you going to put all your time and effort into? Because like with us, it's like, we have some social media sites that do better than others, and we try to focus. Honestly, I try to focus on the stuff that's not doing as well, because that's where I'm like, okay, we need to improve there because we need to be up into even playing field with these other ones. And I feel like that's where I'm at when I do stuff. I mean, if I'm being, watched, 80% more on YouTube than I am like Facebook or Twitch or whatever the case may be, then that's kind of like I need to put more effort into that than I do YouTube, because obviously YouTube's kind of got its own thing, and we've kind of got a good following there. So I always think that's where you got to like look at where's the improvement needed to get the following up.
yeah, I mean, what we're trying to do is like obviously build a following, and the best way to do that is playing good, memorable shows. So that's what we do a lot, and then we could be better on the online thing, but it's this is why we've gotten a friend to kind of do some management sort of things with us, so it doesn't fall into the shoulders of one person.
Yeah. Thankfully, thankfully you can do a little bit of divide and conquer, and distribute responsibilities and stuff like that. That's a good thing. Well, I want to say one thing real quick. We got a couple of comments in the chat on YouTube from Akuma-D2 says, "Why is one of you so much louder than the rest?" And then 4 seconds later said, "Fucking annoying. Bye." Okay, so all right. First of all, hey, you came by and you watched, so it counts. So the fact that you left, that's totally fine. But here's another thing: is we have never claimed to be professionals here, and all three of us are in different locations using all different equipment. We are
in
not
different parts of the world. So
we are in different parts of the world. We are not in a studio being produced by one person on all of the same
Right.
equipment with soundboards and and all this other stuff. So I mean, we're a DIY podcast, and we're just lucky enough to have gotten to the point in our tenure here that we have friends from all over the world who are willing to take time out of their day to come and hang out with us. So in answer to your question, why is one of us so much louder than the other? Well, Jason's on a mic, I'm on a mic, which is a little bit further away from my face, and Lassie is on a headset. So we have different equipment, and we are different levels of soft spokenness between the three of us. So I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is, Akuma D2. So I mean, if you don't enjoy, that's fine. I mean, we're not for everybody. Just like Lassie is with the understanding that not everyone's going to be a fan of his music. It is what it is. But thank you for stopping by.
well, I mean, you guys sound perfect to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the. I mean,
well, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with your. There's nothing wrong with your volume level, Lassie. So.
Well, I mean, I think it could be a YouTube thing too. I mean, it could be something going on with them. So I mean, don't blame it. Don't shoot us for it. So, I mean,
yeah, but yeah, we're not all sitting in the same room, just at a radio station where one person can just control all of our levels. Like, all right, Lassie, you're a little low, I'm going to turn you up, and Jason, you're a little loud, I'll turn you. We're not doing that. I mean, we're all just on our personal equipment with our own shit, and we're just hanging out, talking. So I mean, it's
So anyways,
so yeah,
right.
So yeah, bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
wait a minute. Was it Akuma Matata?
Yeah. But yeah, so,
hey, hell yeah, man!
We were,
it's just a Sprite. It's just a Sprite.
It's a Sprite. Yeah.
I don't even have a glass of water. What a movie mistake to do. Yeah, I still have to drive to Turku today, which is like 2 hours away, because we had a show there a few weeks ago, and we left some equipment there, and then
on purpose.
No, not on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So we left some equipment there, and we realized it like the following week, and then we have the show coming up next week, so I have to go and get it. So that actually I won't be necessarily able to stick around with you guys for several hours, but
hey, that's okay, Lassie. That's okay, Lassie. However much time you need, or whenever you need to go, man, it's totally fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I know I could go on here and look at this, but I didn't. Like, I have looked, but I didn't see this band on your list. But there's a band that just came out with some stuff this week called Bloody Moon. I don't know if you've heard of those guys or not.
I have not heard of them. No,
they're from Laitila.
Laitila, is it? Yeah.
Laitila. Okay, that's where they're from. They said they've been active since 2021. So.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, they got pretty good sound to them. So I was like, well, if he hadn't heard of them, maybe I can,
Yeah, there you go.
hook something up anyway.
Yeah, I'll take a look for sure.
Help them out. So
doing some networking,
That's right. There you go. Yeah, doing some networking.
Maybe Akuma will like how loud they are. So.
Yeah, no. I mean, actually looks like a band that could be a good fit for the alliance. So maybe I'll reach out for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I just heard some of their stuff that I was going through, because I do a playlist every week of new stuff comes out, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, they're from Finland. I said, well, good timing. I'll just ask Lassie if he's heard of them.
Did you say that was Blood Moon or Bloody Moon?
Bloody Moon.
Bloody Moon. Okay, because I actually started going down the list yesterday at work, but I haven't gotten down to the B's yet. So I just want to make sure when I get there, I'll focus on that.
They don't have an album yet. They just released a new single. So
okay.
I don't know.
All right, I got you.
When the album's coming out, but they released a new single yesterday. So
nice. Okay. Well, hell, we use that as a great segue with the reason why, the main reason why Lassie is here. So,
right, yeah, I
um,
mean,
so talking about Lassie, your new single that's coming out this coming Friday, coming out
Yeah, on the 6th of
on the
March.
6th, yeah.
nice.
Titled Revolution, and Lassie was awesome enough to send that to us so
Mm-hmm.
we could get a sneak peek, well, sneak listen anyway. Well, there was the lyric video, so you did get to watch that. So,
So how
which
was that? How'd you like it?
I did like it very much. The track and the lyric video is very cool.
It's very
Uh,
cool.
I'm the one that commented on there saying it was one of my favorites so far. I think so. I think
yeah,
that's a. I was like,
it's
man, that's a.
it's a it's a great evolution for you guys.
Oh, exactly. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think so
great.
too. I think it's the whole track. So what we did is in December we went to studio. We started working with a new producer, also named Lassi, by the way, Lassi Tiainen, who's based on in Tampere, and started working with him. And the idea was well, still is, we're gonna release 3 new singles this coming spring. First,
oh,
like
awesome.
Nice.
Revolution first, and then there's a song called Written in Blood, which is gonna come out a month after, and then I think in May, we haven't settled on a date yet, we're gonna release a 3rd single called Children of Hurin. And so the idea was to kind of test out 2 different producers. So we did Revolution and Written in Blood with Lassi. Um, this is confusing. We did those 2 with Lassi, and then we were gonna do the 3rd one, Children of Hurin, with another producer, and we were gonna record that last weekend actually, but he had a kind of medical thing,
Oh, okay.
and he has to take several months off,
Oh,
unfortunately. Like
damn.
he
Oh,
can't work for,
That sucks to
and
hear.
so yeah, it does. But the good thing there is that we really enjoyed working with Lassi, and I think like the production value of the new stuff that we did is like a huge step up and a huge like evolution from the first album. Not that the first album is like bad in production value, but like we put a lot of thought into pre-production this time, a lot more thought into pre-production, and then I put a lot of more thought into kind of the vocal arrangements and all of those, and then Lassie's just a fucking wizard. He's
Yeah.
like amazing. He's really really good. So I'm super super excited for people to hear the track. So the Revolution is written by me, and the next one, Written in Blood, is written by Jesse, who is our guitar player.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it's super proud of those. And then we still have to record the 3rd single, which is an ongoing thing, but that's going to be also great. It's going to be very different from what we've done in the past. It's going to be very Blind Guardian-esque.
Oh, nice.
Multi-layer
Very nice.
vocal stuff. There's some Blind Guardian, I think, on the first 2 singles as well, but like the 3rd one is going to be, I mean, it's a Tolkien themed song, so you have to go with
Well,
that. But Revolution is coming out on Friday, so that's what I can talk about more now. We can talk about all of them, but that won't be too much fun because people have to wait. So
yeah, we can go. Yeah, I mean, we can go one little bit at a time because I mean, but don't want to give too much. Like I've said before, it's weird when we have somebody come on ahead of a release because like I don't want to give too much away because and all that stuff. So it's weird because I want to like do a deep dive into it and pick it apart and everything else and so yeah. But so I always in the back of my own I do it to myself, but just like how much do I want to talk about this? But talking about the new single and everything, and talking about elements, like a Blind Guardian vibe. To me, what I liked about the pacing of the song is I was like, this got a little bit of Holy Diver going on. It's like I kind of like this. I mean, I liked it in general, but it's like, a a little bit of a holy diver cadence. I like this, the way this is going. And the funny thing about it too is, I mean, it seems like a very good time in the world to write this song.
Yeah.
Now that I've, obviously watched the lyric video and paid really close attention to, the words that are written and everything else. And then the way that the lyric video is done, produced with the backdrop and everything, that go along with it. I was like, this is a very poignant song for the way the world is going on right now. Cause it could apply to anywhere, really. I mean, pretty much almost anywhere in the world right now with everything that's going on, I mean, especially over here. I mean, it's just the way things are going. I don't know how much news you get over there, Lassie, of all the bullshit we got going on in this country right now. But it's just, everything that we see on a practically daily basis, Jason can attest to this, all the stuff that we see on social media and everything else. It's just like, to watch the lyric video and to listen to the song is like, yeah, it's a pretty good song for everything that's going on right now. It really fits. So,
Yeah, it is a bit of a kind of I don't want to say political. I mean, it is a political song in its sense that it's, revolution. Like, that's a political thing, obviously, always.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, it is very authoritarianistic. How would you say it? Well, anti-tyrant, anti like authoritarianism, like, and yeah, just being like, okay, well, these whole fucking corporations ruling over everybody, and then and all this, like, it is a kind of call to action in that sense. And I thought as well, as like, okay, well, the lyrics were written like maybe a year ago, but
yeah,
it's like, the sad thing is that it's become more topical.
Yep.
Since then.
Yeah.
And I mean, and yeah, I mean, it's this kind of, call to arms, or, call to unity from like, okay, well, let's, stand up, make your voice heard, that sort of a anthem that we wanted to do. And I think the pacing and all that kind of also works well in that way as well. It can't be really a speed metal song.
Right.
If you want to like do sing along chorus with "fuck the tyrants" on it, that sort of a thing. So yeah, I heard like from a few people that I've shown it to, or like played it to. A few people told me, okay, well, the last album was Iron Maiden, this is Judas Priest. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take that as a compliment.
I was about to say, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
days a week, man, like
right, yeah, because like it's like, well, if you mean that in a bad way, then you didn't say it in a bad way, because
right.
Because
you better pick two other bands if you're trying to cut me down.
Exactly, yeah. If you're trying to insult me, you're doing a very shitty job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the thing, like most of the time, like I think what I see is like you see stuff and you're like, we knew that this whole time, but for these people to be so like upfront and being like, hey, here's what we're doing, what are you gonna do about it, kind of shit, really pisses me off. It's like, and I think a lot of times, like when you have rebellious type songs, that's kind of like fits into that, category of what we, kind of like what I'm saying and what we're seeing. It's almost, and I'm sure it goes on in other countries, because I mean, America sets a standard sometimes for other countries, and if other countries are seeing that, and then they're like, well, shit, they can do that, we can do that,
Yeah, it's not like about America in its
right.
Or like, because I mean, that's maybe the play we get bombarded about news about America as well, but it's and I mean, I'm on Reddit and all that, so I see what's happening. And
it's impossible to get away from.
Yeah, it's not.
Unfortunately,
it's very sad to see, and I'm sorry you guys have to go through this. But it's like also also in Finland, like we have a right-wing government that is doing their best to screw everything up
Mm-hmm.
and line the pockets of their friends as fast as they can, and all of this, and it's like, and it's not even like right versus left wing. It's like more of like, okay, well, these elite rich people just
Mm-hmm.
screwing everybody over, and it's like, okay, well, enough. I want to write some sort of a stand on it at
Mm-hmm.
least, and it's not meant to be like, okay, look at these right wing maniacs. It's meant to be like, okay, well, the common people versus the people who are stepping on
Yeah, because
everybody else.
I mean, the funny thing is, and I'm, we talk about this on the show very, very little, but when it comes to the political arena over here, we have our two-party system over here. Both parties are. There's really no one party that's better than the other. The one party does things differently than the other, but no one party is better than the other. So we're not stomping for one party over another when we do talk about it. So I mean, it basically becomes the haves versus the have-nots. That's what it is. It's not right wing versus left wing. It's really, like you say, the people with all the money trying to do everything they can to get even fucking more money and take it away from the people who are really doing all the goddamn grunt work. Really, when you if you're brass tacking, so.
It's like the saying they have over, I see it a lot saying, whether it's the left wing or the right wing, they're flying the same fucking plane. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it's kind of a, the new single is kind of like it's like a modern "we're not gonna take it," you know what I mean? So
right, yeah.
So yeah, and we need, Lassie, you called it an anthem. We need anthemic songs like that every now and then. So I mean, it's got to be one of those things where, not necessarily where the idea is reinforced, but it needs a little bit of a reinvigoration, because I mean, we get tired. Like all three of us, we have our day jobs and stuff. So I mean, we have a daily grind. So I mean, we kind of just need a reminder that we're the ones doing all the work, and it's tough to have to put your work boots on every day, whether it's literal or figurative. But I mean, just it's a grind, and unfortunately, it's something we have to do, and we just need a reminder that we're the ones making everything, making sure all the wheels, all the gears are grinding and the wheels are turning and everything. So it's good to have a song like this every now and then, and whether it's to keep spirits up, or whether it's to actually get people to stand up and make your voices heard, and tend to actually get out there and force change, because sometimes that's necessary too. So
yeah, like, listen, I mean, even for people who are like who think of like, okay, well, I don't want to be preached to when I'm listening to my music, then okay, think of it as a song that is about the French Revolution. Then, like, it can apply just as easily
past
to
or
any
present,
revolution. Like, so think of it that way. If that, if it upsets you that it might be talking about modern times, then
that's the
it can fit in many places, right? So
yeah, well, that's the thing too, is we know, like, I mean, Machine Head is one of our favorite bands. I mean, Lamb of God's one of our favorite bands. I mean, they're obviously, I don't want to say totally left leaning politic people, but they tend to go that more that way. I'm not going to say they totally are, because I don't know the guys personally, but and I tend to not. I don't like talking about people if I don't know them personally. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. If they have like an idea for a song or whatever, and they're putting it out, and we know some of the songs that Rob Flynn has put out, it's kind of like he said what they were about, but I just listened to it and it's like, man, I don't get that. I feel like it was like this, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I think that's the good thing about music, because you can put, you could put your meaning on it, but I think people listen to it and they feel it in a different way sometimes. So, I mean, that's a good thing about music, because you can kind of take it however you want to personally, and make, to me, movies, that kind of thing is meant to get away from those things and try to make you forget about you know, even if it's just for an hour in the gym and you got headphones on, it's to make you forget about what's going on in the world at that time. You know what I mean? So you know, whatever you take from it, it's kind of like, you know, it's great. If you take anything away from it, it's always great, I think. So
Yeah.
whether it's meant to be from the writer's standpoint or the listener standpoint, if you're taking something away, then it's you know, that's the main goal, I guess. So
Yeah. With the lyric video, we're being a little bit more heavy-handed. Like it's a little bit more heavy-handed. That like, okay, well, you have the rich guys are the monsters, and you know, hoarding all the money, and the, you know, guys with top hats are in chains walking to the chopping block. So it's a bit more, you know, on the nose. But we wanted that because like I loved working with. And I think we're still gonna keep working with the artist. He's a Finnish artist. He's actually um he does like comic books and like paintings. Those are all like hand drawn pictures on the video. So he hand drew like 8 different like shots for the video, and then he hand drew the cover art as well. And yeah, we really liked his like art style. He did Barrel's album art as well, which is
okay, cool.
how we got to know him. And yeah, like the kind of mix of this kind of eldritch horror sort of fantastical into this like real life sort of a eat the rich kind of a vibe was exactly what we wanted, and I think he delivered a beautiful product. So I'm super happy with how the lyric video turned out as well. That's gonna be on YouTube on Friday as well. So
Nice. Okay.
you can see everybody who wants to go see some nice art is can see that. We haven't decided if we're gonna do some merch based on some of the artwork. We haven't decided on which ones yet, so we haven't decided, but should be pretty cool to put on a shirt as well. And then we might even, because we commissioned the art, so we now own the art, so we might do some sort of posters or something to which people can then buy for like a few bucks at a show or something. So
Okay.
it's really cool, and the first time that we're working with like hand drawing and like the album art for the last album was like we ordered it online, and it was fine, but it's like it's digitally made and all that, and now we put like overall into the single we put a lot more like time, attention to detail, and honestly money into it, like the whole thing. So, and I think it shows that we pay a lot more attention to every part of it.
Yep. And you know, like you said, it's all of the art on the lyric video is all hand drawn, so no AI bullshit. So you know, it's all
Right.
100% all 100% human made, which you know is as far as I'm concerned. And I Jason and I have talked the more genuine art, the better. So I know it's, you know, some people are like, oh, it still counts as art. Well, I mean, you know, I'd still rather have it done the old fashioned way. So.
Yeah, I have pretty strong opinions against AI generated art, which I'm not going to get into here.
No, that's fine.
DM me and you'll get an earful if you're on that side that it's still art. Yeah, I have a bridge to sell you.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, we can just leave it at that because I think the three of us are all on the same side in that fight. So you know,
I think that we actually tried to do that. What, 2 years ago, 24, wasn't it? When we tried to get the guy from so we tried to get a guy over in that area to do some artwork for us. He was a friend of the Reality Machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. It was Ari's Ari's
Yeah, Ari's guy. Yeah.
Yep.
So he hooked us up with him, and he did a good job. But man, it's like trying to figure out how to pay from here to there is so crazy, dude. Like if you don't have any of like the apps or whatever, to like just
PayPal
say
is the only way that we've
yeah,
thought
like
about.
PayPal or whatever. He didn't have any of that stuff, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
He's like, well, here's my banking account. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I don't know how to like wire it straight to your account from here, dude. I mean, I've talked to like 2 different banks, and they're just like, well, we don't know how to do that. And I'm just like, what do you mean you don't know how to do it? You're a bank.
Yeah,
like,
you're a bank. Yeah.
It's like, what
Yeah,
the
I bet
hell?
I bet if I was a corporation with an offshore Swiss bank account,
Oh yeah,
as a tax
you could,
haven, you'd be able you'd know how to do
you'd be
it.
able to help a brother out. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's like it was wild. And
Yeah,
I think the person I was supposed to talk to at my bank wasn't in. They said, oh, you have to talk to this guy, and he's not in right now. So, and then I never have gotten back over there to talk to them. So I don't know if it's still possible or not, because the bank wouldn't let me do it, but the credit union may. I don't know, but
Yes,
I'm still, I hate that because like he did all the work, and I still want to like get it and do something with it, but. So I don't know. At some point, we'll figure it out, I guess. But that was like a crazy situation of how things like from one country to another can like be a lot different. So
yeah, it's a bit weird. Like growing up, being here in Finland and in the EU, it's like, okay, well, transferring money around is not an issue like at all. But then like when you have to do it in a very like outside of the EU, and now it becomes a bit of an issue to do it to the UK as well because of all the Brexit stuff. So it's
right.
like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it's a whole thing. You might have to fill out some paperwork if you're doing like a substantial amount. Like, it's not 20 euros. It's like you're sending out 500, whatever. It's like, oh, come on. Okay, this is why, Bitcoin exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it is weird. By the way, speaking of Reality Machine, I don't know if you saw those guys are they have a lineup now and they're gearing up to play shows.
I did see
Finally.
that.
Yeah. Good for Ari. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for him. We'll have to have him come back on.
Yeah, he'd probably love to talk about the new lineup and all that. So,
yeah, that'd be awesome. Here's another thing that, and I know we talked about the overt specificity. Is it specific? I think that's a word. If it's not, I just made it one. Specificity of the subject matter of the lyric video, but the cool thing is about it. We talked about it could be it's more or less a reference to the way the culture is now, but it also could be taken as a historical reference, like you said, the French Revolution. But another cool thing about it is if you're just listening to it in a vacuum, it's written for a specific thing, but also at the same time, what I liked about it is it's also written in a way where the only reason it's written for a specific subject is when people will, this coming Friday, when they see the lyric video, they'll know.
Yep.
The good thing is when the single releases like on Spotify, hello, is when like the single releases on Spotify or whatever, if they're just listening to the single in a vacuum by itself, it can just be literally a metal anthem.
Yeah.
Just go to a show, get on your feet, raise your hands, and let's just enjoy, a show. So that's what I like about it is it's written for something specific, but it's also written in a way where, and Jason, you said this too, you can take a song however you want. And that's true in most instances. But what I like here is it's written specifically, but all at the same time, vaguely enough where you could literally be like, well, this is about going to a concert. This is about, raiding a corporation. This is about Marie Antoinette, off with her head, whatever. So, I mean, it can be anything, and one thing at the same time. So the way that you wrote it was terrific. I mean, the way it came out, the finished product is terrific, but the way you went about it is there's no straight line and there's no specific target. And that's a great thing to be able to do the way you did it. That's what I like about it. Just aside from how it came out, how it sounds, and just the totality of the composition, just the way you got there is just bang on, man. That's
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, all in all, I mean, even if you want to say something or whatever, like the song needs to be good. Nobody wants to listen to like like.
Yeah,
And I think
true.
like
That's true.
if you like that, the song that we made is like I think it's catchy. We catch people like humming the chorus after shows and like that. So we played it a few times live, like tested it out, and
Okay, all right.
it just really works like as a live anthem as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing like playing it after it's come out, so people have the chance to kind of get familiar with the lyrics and all that. So getting that on, but like it's been a great great song to perform as well. I mean, after the whole solo and the kind of bridge part where there's the kind of Manowar-ish only drums and vocals, you
get the fist pump in the air and everything else.
Stadium anthem kind of a vibe. And it's like, okay, this is a live track. Like you could have left it out, but like it's not. No, I mean, gives it like this sort of "We Will Rock You" feel.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
It's a good song. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming out on March 6th.
Yeah, I could absolutely see an entire venue's fist pumping in unison to that. I can absolutely see it. I could envision it while I was listening to the song before we even got in here. Just like I could see this really doing well in a live setting. Absolutely. And knowing that it has been part of a live set list here recently, it's for good reasons. Like it's like, yeah, this is gonna do awesome at a show. So
yeah. So I guess you're talking about you got the single coming out next week. You already said that you got 2 more following that. So are we looking at a full release at some point later in the year?
So what we're doing, we were lucky to we signed a record deal with a label called Kingdom Music based in Sweden. We signed it this month. So the deal covers these 3 singles and our next album.
Cool.
We haven't recorded. So what we're doing is these are standalones. So these are not leading up to anything. So we might release them as like maybe an EP or something. But we're basically releasing all these as a standalone, not going to be included on any future albums. Right now, what we're doing. So the plan is to release Revolution on Friday, then Written in Blood, which also has this sort of punch tyrants in the face vibe, but it's more like, okay, now we're in the middle of revolution and guns are going off and there's violence sort of a thing. So these 2 go hand in hand. And then Children of Húrin is a love letter to J.R.R. Tolkien. It's like about my favorite Tolkien story and like that. It's more on the power metal side of things, which yeah. I mean, if you look at like the whole Tolkien thing is very, with me. So so that one we're recording right now and releasing in May, I think. And then we're taking the summer off from touring, all of summer, or like June and July, and we're gonna record the album during the summer, which is ambitious because we haven't written it yet. we have songs, like we have quite a few songs, but we haven't basically, like, we have songs that we haven't rehearsed or anything, so we that process is ongoing, but we're going to be quite busy, like kind of doing the pre-production and writing a few more songs and then seeing which ones make the cut and then demoing those, pre-production, going to studio. Hopefully we'll be done by the end of August, and then we're aiming for like January release, but don't take my word for it. But we're aiming for that.
So we're looking at 2027 regardless.
Yeah, that's when I'll be back the next time.
That's when you'll be back for the 4th time.
Absolutely, we'll schedule an interview for January. That's fine.
Yeah. But this time around, it's nice that we have a label, because that also gives us a bit of urgency. Like they are not gonna sit around forever and be like, hey, where's the album? Like they're gonna be like, hey, where's the album? Just go make the album, guys. We want to get this out. And like we wanted to release these singles now because it's been over a year since the last time we released anything, so we didn't want that window to be too long. So we wanted to like do something to give like new music, get that out there, and then hopefully it won't be too long, so we'll have a whole album for you guys to listen to, and we'll talk about it again. But right now it's very hard to say anything about that, except that it's going to be probably eight to 9 songs in length, and we have some like pretty good songs already written out. There's going to be some stuff about like I've realized when writing lyrics is now it's like, okay, fuck the authority, or it's a whole escapism, like fantasy sort of a lyrics, and there's nothing in between. So I have to kind of look at like, okay, is there anything else I want to say?
I always say, I go back and look at like some of the, because I've wrote lyrics for years, and just because I have something on my mind, I think, oh, this, and and it's crazy because I'll have a sound in my head. Like I can't play an instrument, but I'll have like what I would think it would sound like in my head while I'm writing, and like it's just so cool. I guess like I've talked to a few musicians about this, and they said, yeah, that's really odd because not a lot of people can do it that way. And I said, well, that's just the way I write. Write lyrics. I can't play anything, so it doesn't really matter. so I'm just like writing them down or whatever. And then I go back and read them now, and I'm like, man, I really was like a fuck around, find out writer before fuck around, find out ever became a thing. So, so I was like, because a lot of my stuff is probably like something. Sometimes I'll read some lyrics and I'm like, man, that's definitely something that I could see Ivan Moody singing for Five Finger Death Punch or something, because it was just kind of like, step up and I'll punch your teeth in kind of thing, It was like, I was like, wow. So, but yeah, it's so, and that's one of the reasons why, God, but I'll get it out in a minute. That's one of the things I like to ask like musicians in general is how they go about their writing process, because I think it's wild to see how every band does things a little differently. And it's like so cool to know that, there's so much more to like just the finished product, I guess. Like a lot of people just hear the finished product and don't. I think that's one of the reasons why we like this. People hear the finished product, but they really don't know what goes into that.
Yeah.
What the process was, what the band was thinking. And that's one of the things that I like, I guess, or more or less is being a mechanical mind is like, okay, I know how we got here, but I want to know how it works to get there. It's kind of like, the car runs, but I want to know what makes it run,
Yeah. That's something that we're kind of experimenting a little bit right now. Like the first album was easy because like we had a bunch of songs already like done, right? So we had to write very little because like we formed the band, and then I had songs that I had written over the years, and Jesse had songs that he had written, and we just got together and listened to like, okay, well, we're gonna pick these, and then we're gonna do those. Right now we're like, it's more of a clean slate in that sense, that all of those tracks that we kind of left in the drawing board on the first time around, they're not coming back either. So we need to write new songs. And what we're doing a lot of like how we write. Jesse writes similar to me, like, well, he has this very strict self-criticism. It's like it has to be perfect. Like like he has to be, he gets a riff into his head and then he tries to build a song around it. And then like for me, he's a little bit too like self-critical. It's like, okay, well, it wasn't perfect, so it's out. I'm like, no, there's good stuff in there. It's just
and all or nothing.
Yeah. I myself, like, actually I bought this, like, one of these new tracks that we're gonna hopefully maybe record for the album. I did the same thing that that you just described. Is like I wrote the lyrics down first, which I never do, but the lyrics just came to me somehow, and I like, and then I had, it's actually an unfinished song, because now I can do the same. Like I hear how the melody should go in my head, and I know what the key is. I have no idea what should happen. Like what are the riffs, how the drums
Right.
are gonna go. So I just wrote it down and I played it on the piano, like sang it out, and then I sent it to the band and was like, please help, like do something, because I can't do anything. Like I can't, any riff that I try to come up with just doesn't work. So make this song work. So now our bass player is kind of workshopping that and trying to make it like work based on the melody that I wrote. And then that's a whole new thing that we're doing, and we're doing a lot of more like collaboration. So it used to be that we would write a song and it would be basically that song. We would go to the guys and say, I wrote this song. It pretty much goes like this. And then we rehearse it. Right. What we are doing now is like I might write a song, but then I just send the guitar parts to our drummer and say, hey, can you like put your vision of how the drums should be in this? And then he comes up with something that is usually 100 times better than I could, because he's a drummer. So, and then we go to the rehearsal space and then we like break it down. It's like, okay, we play it and okay, well, this bit feels like it's dragging a bit, or this bit is unnecessary. This bit needs something to lead into the next bit. And then we have, so we spend a lot more time on each song perfecting it. And that also happens during the pre-production phase when we're like doing demos, recording demos of those songs, and we're doing all the harmonies on in and all those, and that's where the songs really get formed. And we work a lot on the pre-production phase, so that when we go to studio, we don't have to, because we pay for that time. We wouldn't want to go there and then sit around and think of like, okay, well, how should this song go? That's not what we were doing in the studio. Is we're gonna lay it down, we're just gonna record it, right? Yeah. There's still changes sometimes and oftentimes, but it's not major things. We're not completely overdoing a composition or something like this. It's very much like, okay, well, this melody should go here and instead of here, or that riff could be this instead of that, like small things. But yeah, we're doing it very differently now, and I'm enjoying it a lot because it's more of a collaborative thing that we're doing, rather than one guy writes a song and then we just rehearse it. Like everybody gets a voice in saying, hey, I think there's like this part is too long, or this could we up the tempo in this part, and then it makes it sound more like us, and rather than being one guy's vision.
Yeah, and it'll bring you guys closer as a band.
Yeah. And we did that with the new singles as well. Like, and Jesse he still is, like with Revolution, he's like, this is too slow. This needs to be faster. like, no, it can't be. It needs to be like, this is the perfect tempo. Yeah. So we did like compromise, and we upped the tempo by like 3 beats per minute. And then you barely can hear it. But if you put on a metronome on the beginning of the song, I don't remember what the BPM is, but mid-song, the tempo increases a little bit, like by a few BPMs. So it's a little bit faster in the end than it is as it started. And
I'm
then
pay attention next time I listen to
it. So it gives it the rest a little bit urgency and that sort of feeling into it. And then and that's how we compromised on it. And the same like with Written in Blood, the second single, Jesse didn't really like it's his song, but he was like, I don't really like this song. Like I think it's boring, and I don't think we should be recording this. And I'm like, no, let's do the pre-production because I have some ideas. And then by the end of it, he's like, this song is like one of the best we've done. This is really good. But because of that, like collaborative effort that we've all put into it and put some ideas into it and made it like all of our vision rather than just one guy's vision.
Artists are their own worst critics. So.
Oh yeah. I think that's good because I think we've heard that several times where we've had guests on the show and be like, oh yeah, we was trying to figure out what was going to go on the album or whatever, and then we got to looking at old stuff and think, oh, that'd be perfect for the album. Like we wrote this 4 years ago, but now it's like got a perfect slot
now
for
it fits.
so now it fits. So I'm just like, man, that's crazy how you could, I can't hang on to a socket for 10 minutes, but y'all can hang on to like songs for 4 years. It's like,
it's not always like a finished song, but like
Yeah.
I wrote a song that might come on the album, and I got an idea that okay, I want to do a two-part, like 2 songs, 2 parts on like the fall of the Aztecs and the fall of the Incas, and I started writing the lyrics, and I'm like, well, this kind of has like a vibe, and then I went back to a song that I've written like 5 years ago, and it had a riff that really worked perfectly for that new song. So I just took that riff and
nice.
like recomposed it into a like whole new thing. The rest of the song is garbage, so that's in the that's in the tin. But that one riff really worked for this new song that I was making. So I didn't have to reinvent the wheel, because I already had the perfect thing thought of 5 years ago.
Yeah. So there's never a bad idea. You're just waiting for the right timing.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know, man. It's what it's we all heard that story about how when Kirk Hammett lost his phone that had, I mean, all those hundreds of riffs in it or whatever it was. And so, I mean, you never know when you write something down or you have an idea for just a riff or some sort of chord progression or something may not be good now. You never know when it's gonna be relevant or when it's gonna sound right. So
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in Rob Halford's the second book. He talks about Richie Faulkner, the guitar player for Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what they do now is when they're like in studio or whatever, they have Richie like plugged in and the recording is on all the time, because he just keeps playing stuff, like doodling stuff. And what had happened previously, like Rob would have gone like, "What did you just play? That's amazing. Play it again." And he would be like, "I don't know. It's came and went, and then it's gone." So now what they do is like he's recording all the time.
Yeah.
So when he's doodling and someone hears like, "That's a really good riff. Let's make a song of that riff," they can go back and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
it's like one of those.
It's
like one of those things where a bunch of buddies get together and they're drinking, or over here, we should record ourselves getting high because you never know where we're gonna have a great idea. It's the same kind of shit. What did we talk about last night? I don't know, man. I don't know what we talked about. You don't want something that's potentially, gold to be lost to the ether. So
right. I always say, man, if we'd have had like a social media or TikTok back when I was growing up, I'd be a millionaire by now. But seriously, man, some of the stuff that they do now, I'm just like, oh, that's child's play, dude. We did shit way worse than that. If I were to say anything about the neighborhood I grew up in, we were the original Jackass people, because we did some stupid shit, dude. So
yeah, I can see. I'm Jason Tucker, and welcome to Jackass. I can see it.
Yeah, I was like, man, I should have just went on that show and gave Johnny Knoxville all the stuff that we did as a kid, and he could have just reinvented it. And
funny, they're coming
as your own intellectual property.
Yeah. I mean, they are coming out with Jackass 5. They're coming out with another one. So, So you never know. Hey, shoot him an email. Hey, try. I used to do this. See if you can do it better.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do nothing as crazy as some of the stuff that they do. Of course,
that's true.
We did some pretty wild stuff. Hitchhiking in the daytime, naked on a mailbox, that kind of thing.
Yeah. We would drive our mopeds through the local gas station naked. Like that would be our thing.
Yeah.
Because it was you could go through it from end to end. So we would drive a moped through the gas station.
The Jackass version of that would be doing it in freezing weather and then go through a car wash with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. There's got to be some sort of implied bodily harm coming to those.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. There's no way around it. Oh
So
man.
I guess like my life was more of a cops beat jackass, I guess. So because I felt like I was running a lot from the law a lot too. So, but
So
I guess we got kind of off topic here, but
That's on brand. That's
yeah,
that's right. That's the Metalheads Unite way, right?
it
So.
is. Again, there's we're not driving on a
it's
straight
not
line.
scripted at all.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
So a good thing about when you come back, we can ask you how like the new singles were kind of accepted live and stuff. I guess so.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
I'm
something to
looking
look
forward
forward
to,
to. So,
like, we're working on, like, we're working now that we're working with the label as well, as like that takes a lot of the load off from the like promotion stuff as well. Like they have their partners. They have, for example, they're working with a company called Red Eye. So you can actually probably hear the song in the States in the radio in quite a few like
okay.
stations.
Well, it'll be
And
on our station, and once it gets released, I can put it on there. So,
yeah, and like all that kind of, getting interviews and calling into radio station, all that, like that's covered by the label, so we don't have to do that ourselves, which then gives
nice.
us, leaves us time to focus on the actual like writing process and all that. And we have like quite a few shows still lined up, even if we did have to kind of like move a few. So we're doing the one on Saturday, and then we're doing a Baltic tour again, like three nights, 3 different countries, and then we're doing a few other slots around before we take the summer off. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the reception to the song online and live. Like very much looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Jason said, the single will be on the radio station, and we'll absolutely on Friday be sure to share the lyric video. So we'll 100% get it out there in both of its. You can't walk through here in both of its form. I don't know what she wants to do right now. She wants in the room. She wants out of the room. I don't know what she wants. So, so I'm trying to keep her quiet because my wife and my daughter are sleeping. So, they work a late shift, so I'm trying to keep her quiet. So. but yeah, so absolutely be sharing.
Yeah, and I'll share all the relevant links and all that. So
yes,
and
thank you.
I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. Now I hate to do this, but I have to jump.
Yeah. We was
get
about
my
to.
gear that I forgot.
That's
venue.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, we're gonna wrap up here in a second because I know you got to go travel a couple hours ago.
Yeah, you got a 4-hour round trip. Yeah, those are rough. So
I was trying to figure out how far I'm gonna be away from you guys when I come over.
When you're over there in the UK.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be in the UK? When are you gonna be there?
We're going to Ireland in June. So
okay, it's beautiful. Ireland is amazing. One of my favorite places.
I think we're staying in Calway. I think that was kind of a midway point where we could go because we were going to stay. We were going to stay in like the south for a week and then the north for a week. And then a buddy of mine said, "Hey man, you should." He's over there all the time. He's like, "Man, you should just stay here. It's not a bad drive either way." And I said, "Okay, cool." So
it is great if you have time. Go to Donegal like that. It's like it's north. It's not Northern Ireland, so it's not part of the UK. It's Ireland, but it's in the north, like like northeast. Really beautiful, super nice, and I don't remember when it was. I was there for a festival, Rory Gallagher festival with my dad and my wife and my dad's wife at the time, and an amazing place. Like the Rory Gallagher festival. I don't know if you know Rory Gallagher, the blues musician from Ireland, but like they have a festival in his honor every year at his hometown, which is like 800 people in Ballyshannon, Donegal. Like the town is, and then they have a 2-day festival, and it's like 10,000 people come around.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God!
The whole town gets overrun. Jesus.
Yeah, and that town has like 16 pubs for like a population.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
It's amazing.
800 people, 16 pubs. So I mean,
that sounds right.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
Ireland
a
way
Right.
there.
yeah. I mean, that's a 50-to-1 ratio. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good ratio of people to pubs. That's not bad.
Yeah.
We're actually going to take like one of the last days and go over to the UK to see Iron Maiden on one of the last days there, and then we
Are you
decided
gonna
that
go to the Edfest thing
I
in
don't
Network?
know, it was like July something.
Yeah, I think their
it was.
only date in the UK is the Edfest in Networth.
Okay, I don't remember. I just knew it was over there somewhere, and then we decided we were just going to wait because they're going to be at Louder in Life
Yeah, they're
here
gonna be louder than
in
life.
September. And I said, man, I mean that the price of the ticket over there was expensive, man. I was just like, oh, I don't know if I could swing that. I was sitting there, I was like, man, we could do so much more stuff. I would see so much more stuff over here if we didn't spend that money, you know. And I said, well, you can see Iron Maiden in the States when we get back.
Right.
So
Yeah, they'll do a
but I do want to find a show while I'm there. Maybe I'll find somebody playing around over there. So
Well, so I'm saying
Yeah.
you gotta get a hold of Lewis and see if they're going to be playing
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so,
down there in Newcastle.
that's not too far. Yeah.
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 Well, Lassie,
Yeah,
man, we appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, thank you, and thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's always,
like I said, when
always
that
a
single
pleasure.
comes out, when the single comes out and it drops, I'll put it on the playlist that week, and then of course add it to the radio station shortly.
Absolutely.
After that,
Yep. You guys let us know when
and we'll share the video and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just give us
Awesome.
the green light, and it'll be out there, and we'll promote it, and we hope the rest of the year goes well, and the summer goes well with all the recording. And the good thing, I meant to say this earlier, it's a good thing because you're talking about the shows you had to push. At least that you were able to do that. You didn't have to cancel them.
Yeah.
Right, didn't have to
At
cancel them
least you were
altogether,
able
yeah.
to push them, so that's a good thing. But so we look forward to all that. Keep an eye on everything going on with the Alliance, of course, and then hell, we'll do this again in 27, man.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, man. Lassie,
Have a
good one, man.
safe trip, Lassie.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yep. Lassie's about to hit the road to go pick up some gear they left behind.
Lassie from Neverfade.
Yes.
You guys are following the new wave of Finnish heavy metal. They were kind of the grandfathers of that, I guess.
Yeah,
So
they were
I guess
definitely
you
one of
could
the
say.
charter members for sure. So
Well, they were basically the heart of it. So and for it to be as big as it is now is just amazing. Man.
It's very cool
to see that grow.
Yeah.
From the first time we talked to him to now is it's crazy to see the growth, which is great. It's like, but it's kind of like anything though. You get to it's different than a record label because it's not going to be none of the bands on there are going to be ignored. You know what I mean? So they're all going to be posted for something.
Oh yeah.
It's not like having 37 bands on a record label and you're like, we'll push these 15 or something.
Right. And the cool thing is, like he talked about, is like they have that metal meeting coming up, that Quapio. I think I said that right. That Quapio metal meeting coming up. His band isn't going to be there. So that's
right.
That was cool. I mean, there's going to be other Alliance bands there. So that's another cool thing is it's gotten to the point now where there's enough members in it to where, Barrel doesn't feel like they have to be at everything, and Lassie doesn't feel like his band has to be at everything, because I mean there's only so we talked about, there's only so much time in the day, there's only there's only so much traveling people can do. So I mean the fact that they can put on these Alliance shows and have it be more members, of course everybody gets more exposure. You can do that divide and conquer kind of thing. It's like, well, hell, you could have a Alliance show in Helsinki, you could have one in Espoo, you could have one in Tampere, you could have one. So I mean you got enough bands to where you could literally have with the amount of bands they have now, you could literally have a half a dozen to 8 Alliance shows going on all over Finland in a weekend.
Yeah, true.
That's an awesome situation to be in for them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, congrats to those guys. Hopefully, like I said, when we get back, I would like to see how all the singles were kind of accepted live. So there's another. Not going to be much of a. We can see the stuff on Spotify. How it gets listened to and stuff. So
Yeah, you can see the traction they're
Yeah,
getting
and
digitally. I
the
mean,
YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah,
oh,
but you know,
absolutely. Yeah.
just seeing it live though, it's like if you know, kind of. I think that's kind of the thing a band does is they'll play something live and they'll get the reaction and be like, yeah, the reaction wasn't really as good as I thought it would be, so we'll
Yeah,
probably
you
have
get
to
a get a
cut this out of the set or something.
yeah, you get a barometer live in real time. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's really I think the measuring stick. Because
Yeah,
that's the thing is, I mean, when the single comes out and the lyric video are released, it the numbers are great. You want the numbers to be high, but they
well,
can they can be a touch misleading because it's like somebody pulls up the lyric video and they're 20 seconds in, they're like, nah, I don't know if this one's going to grab me. And they just go on. I mean,
right.
it still counts as a hit, but you don't know if they listen to the whole thing or whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, you want numbers to be high, but to be able to have the numbers from a social media and digital aspect, and then being able, like you said, to put it in front of people live and in real time,
Hmm.
you want to be able to do
Well,
both, because then you can get a proper gauge on it.
we got to look at it this way. I mean, Judas Priest wrote their first album, and I'm sure they had to play every song on that album on their first tour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't. You know, do they play any of them now? I mean, maybe
I
one, maybe two. I don't know, but
Yeah, but
you know,
hell,
but
you're talking about a band that goes all the way back to
well, I mean,
1974.
I'm just saying that as an example. I mean,
Like, I know, I know.
any band with their first Guns N' Roses with their first album, did they play any of the Appetite for Destruction besides the mainstream songs? Probably not. I
No,
mean,
probably not.
you probably don't hear Night Train live or
Mr.
you know,
Brownstone, yeah,
yeah, you probably don't hear a lot of that live. So I mean, you probably do at some points, but I mean,
yeah.
it's not like that's in their
It's not.
show
Yeah, it's
all the
not
time because it doesn't have to be. You know what I mean?
right.
And I think that may be a song they're like, well, you know, it worked. You know, by this time they probably have it figured out. Oh, this worked in Nevada, but nobody in Tennessee liked it. You know, it's
Sure. Yeah.
like
No. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's
They
kind of like,
probably.
well, we'll put it on the list here, but not here. Or,
Yeah.
you know,
And I'm sure they have some sort of they have some sort of analytics people, and of course
mhm,
and of course another thing is, as a member of the band who's got to go to all these cities, you don't want to get
mhm,
tired of playing your own shit either.
right.
I mean,
It's true.
you want to be excited about actually getting up there and performing. So I mean, it's like, God, do I
Mhm,
have to play these same 5 songs again? So I mean,
mhm,
it's like, hey, Metallica, they have to play. They don't have to, but I mean, they're smart to play Master of Puppets and
mhm.
Enter
All right.
Sandman and all that shit. So I mean, they're Metallica has been around long enough, and they're smart enough, and they definitely made enough money to know that, hey, there are songs that we know that we definitely need to play, and then
Mhm,
they're to the point in their career now where they can do that no repeat weekend shit. So all right, tonight we're
mhm,
playing Enter Sandman, tomorrow night we're playing Harvester of Sorrow or whatever. So I mean, they can they have the catalog, they have so they have Metallica's got carte blanche, and so does Guns N' Roses. They've got enough shit to where if they like,
oh yeah.
all right, on this tour we're not playing, You Could Be Mine, and that we'll play Get in the Ring instead. So I mean, just whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure as artists they're like, God, can we please not play this song in this set on this tour, please? Just give me a break from this, and this. I mean, to be able
I
to,
think I think a lot too. Like if you got bands kind of like so Neverfade and stuff that don't tour the states, then you have to keep producing music because you're in a smaller country.
then the
And
yeah the
you can only go so far and play so many shows
yeah
until
yeah you don't want to
everybody's like, well, we've heard that.
yeah, you definitely don't want to
So
burn the locals out either. Yeah, that's true.
yes,
I mean, there are a whole lot of mitigating factors that have to be
mhm.
taken into account.
And I
Just
honestly don't think about that.
for bands of any size.
And I honestly don't think about those until people like Lassie comes on, and then we actually put things into perspective, and it's like, oh, I did, then something might come to my mind and be like, oh, that's probably why they don't do this or why they do that,
Hmm.
or it's because
Yep.
of the side, and I can't remember who we talked to, but I remember talking to one of the bands from over there, and they were just like, well, it's hard to tour the states because our country's the size of Texas, and y'all got 49 other states over there to go to. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much I can't remember who it was that said that they said that you almost have to pick a coast to hit and then come back because you can't
Hmm.
do a cross country
Yeah.
thing and then come back
Yeah.
to
I mean,
it's expensive to do. It's
there
expensive to
is.
do that for them.
Yeah.
Unless you're on a like you said, unless you're on a tour with a bigger band,
Yeah.
which
Who will take you with them? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that it kind of was I guess heartbreaking for us when we seen Angela Sapertrita was the the venue that we went to was smaller, and then there was like 40 people there, and they're like, wow, this is unreal. Like there should be way more people here.
Oh,
And then find out the promoter was a piece of shit and
I
didn't
was
even promote the show. It's like, what the hell?
I was so embarrassed
Yeah.
for them when we went to that show, because there's
And they played like they played to 1,000 people though. Man, it was
there
awesome.
is every band, and every band on the bill
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
So credit to them. And but yeah, I was so embarrassed for them, because I mean that show should have had triple the amount of people
Oh yeah.
that were at it. Easy. It wasn't a huge venue. No, it wasn't a huge venue. There was not going to be 1,000 or 1,500 people at this venue.
Right.
It wasn't. But the amount of people that were there, it was sad. But we got to see the bands that we wanted to see, and it worked out in our favor. Yeah, it worked out in our favor because we got to hang out with them after the fact. So,
and that was one of the reasons we had Hidden Intent on the show.
That's right.
So
it was actually a benefit to us too. So
right, yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, it was because we were standing around and we were like, okay, this place isn't that big. That's true, but I mean, I think we mentioned it like more than one time it was like, where the fuck is everybody? So just, and then again, we were able to talk to the guys in real time. We got to talk to Guillermo. We got to talk to all three guys in Hidden Intent.
Hidden Intent, yeah.
Yeah, we got and they were just like, yeah, the promoter, I mean, has not been very good to us on this tour, and that sucked to hear. That really.
Which was it? Was it Pete? Was that his name?
Who's that?
The drummer. What's the drummer's name?
Paul.
Paul. Yeah. He was the one pissed off. He was
well, and rightly so.
He was like, man, if that dude's here, I'd bust him in his fucking face right now.
Yeah, it was Paul.
Yeah. And made an Australian mad. That's not good. So
no. Yeah, I mean these guys play rugby like with no pads.
For fun. Yeah, with no
pads. Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, you don't. It's shush your face. We're almost done. So yeah, you don't want to piss those guys off. Yeah. No, you don't.
Man, so I guess I should do our little thing here, so I can. But I did see the things. I know, like we were talking about Iron Maiden in the show, so I did want to say this because a lot of people may not know they are. Once they're done this year, they're done touring for a whole year. They're not going to come back until 2028. So if you want to catch them, now's the time, man. Yeah. Like you gotta, that's one of the bands that I have not seen yet. So I'm, going to do everything in my power. I already got tickets to the show, so hopefully everything works out where I can go. But that's get that off my bucket list, because these guys are getting older too. So I don't want to jinx anybody or say, but
you never know.
We come back in 2028, it may be a whole different version of Iron Maiden at that, because you don't know what happens.
Nope. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen the rest of the day today, for crying out loud. Well, true. So nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, and then of course, we want to mention that Metallica got their
residency,
at the Sphere.
Yeah, so and
cool.
I'm already seeing stuff about people talking about the price of tickets, and man, it's just.
Well, first off, it's Vegas.
And that's what people are saying. Is people are saying, man, you're paying the Vegas tax, and it's like, well, I'm not going to be, and no way in hell. So
that's one of the reasons why I was surprised that WrestleMania went back there again this year, because those prices are just stupid. Like, there's no way in hell I'd pay $300 to sit in a nosebleed seat to watch a fucking wrestling show.
Yeah, you're better off at that point just watching it in the comfort of your own home with friends and snacks.
Exactly right.
So, because at that point, all you're doing is paying for the ability to say, I was at WrestleMania in Vegas.
You were there.
Did you fucking see anything?
Yeah, which was I was glad that we got the seats we did when we went to Atlanta, because if I'd have been any further up, I'd have been like, man, fuck this,
You'd have
because
been in the rafters.
we were, yeah, we'd been in the rafters, man. I mean, we were already in, like, we was already in, like, the top, that section. We were the one below it, but we were
Mm,
still able to see a lot. So, because of where we were sitting. So,
yeah.
but luckily, and then I got in there before tickets got crazy. So,
Yeah.
I got to go the whole weekend for $1,000 to both to the Hall of Fame and the WrestleMania. I got for $1,000.
You got a
So,
little bit more bang for your buck, sure,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
you can't do that.
absolutely.
Can't do that shit now, man. That's like
No.
two tickets to the damn WrestleMania is damn near $1,000.
Yeah, and that's just getting into the actual
Right.
venue. It doesn't include
Yeah. Which
anything else.
I don't even know if they do like the. I mean, I think the Hall of Fame ceremony is kind of done at a different, like, time and stuff for now, or I don't know. Like, it's weird, really weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look into that. But before we go, I want to say thanks again to Lassie for coming on for his third appearance, and
Mm-hmm.
hang around with us. And he'll be back in 2027 when the next album comes out. But
Yeah.
but that's awesome. It's awesome. I love that, because now, because we're networking, we're developing relationships,
Right.
and we're
You
developing
know,
friendships too. So I love
and then
that.
I could ask him about, next time, if he was able to get in touch with that band I mentioned. So, I mean,
That's right. Yes, I mean,
so
hey, you never know. I mean, Bloody Moon might be a member of the alliance the next time we talk to him. So I mean, it would be a benefit to everybody. To
yeah,
the band, to the alliance, to us as fans. So I mean, triple win. So.
right.
And want to say I want to say thank you I don't know if it's a guy, to the person who came by and was here for maybe 30 seconds and decided that the noise levels weren't to their liking, and they decided to say that it was fucking annoying, so they left. So it
Mm. Which, I kind of
is
think
what
that's
it is,
kind of.
man.
I mean, it's kind of harsh to blame a show when don't know. I don't know, like, what he was listening to it on, or they were listening to it on, if
Right.
it was headphones,
Sure.
or if they were in the car. I mean, a lot of things can happen with sound in
Hmm.
this thing. So, I mean, like I said, we were in three different parts of the world in three different houses. I mean, everything's using different equipment. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
everything's not going to sound the same. We're not in a
Yeah.
Joe Rogan studio.
No,
So,
no, we are not. We like I say, we don't have somebody just at a soundboard monitoring the sound levels at all times. I mean,
I wish we could do that,
I
but
wish we were even. I wish we were even a quarter of on par. I would settle for a quarter of on par with Joe Rogan. I would be. I mean, that would be. I
yeah,
mean, that would be lights out. If we just had a quarter of what Joe Rogan's got going
we
on.
would have to talk about different shit.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, but still,
Shit that we don't want to talk about.
yeah, if we had the listenership, viewership, and the monetary backing of just like 25% of what Joe Rogan's got going on, we would be able to retire.
Right. Um,
But but that's it. It is what it is. But yeah, it would probably be the show. They'd probably have a different vision for the show, and
well,
when
that's the thing, is, like,
when
we talked about that before. Like, whenever we were we were in talks with another platform, and they were
Yep.
talking about how we were going to be on SM radio or whatever. And I thought, well, we might be, because they start trying to, like, change things or whatever with the show,
Mhm.
and be like, no, fuck off, dude. We're
Mhm.
not doing that. We're not changing things for
Yep.
for corporate greed. It's
No,
like,
no, no.
I get you want things, like, as long as you keep the format and you want to add something to it, that's fine. But we're not.
Sure. I mean, yeah, we're flexible, but I mean, we're not.
We're going to
We're.
change, like, the whole show and around just for
Mm-mm.
All right. So, and speaking of which, we was talking about the song dropping next week. You can check out our 24/7 streaming radio station at thefrontrow.net/radio with a capital R.
That's right. Follow us on all of the social media platforms, our Facebook group and page, on X, Instagram, Twitch, our YouTube channel, if the sounds are to your liking, Rumble, TikTok, and check out the playlists on Spotify, the theme of the week when we have a regular show anyway, and our new release playlists, and the tried and true, trusty old-fashioned Metalheads Unite USA at gmail.com email address.
That's right. So, and then, like I said, on that radio station, you're gonna, once we get, all the playlists together and everything, like I said, if we could throw that stuff up on there so you can hear Neverfade over there if you're interested in their music. Of course, you can also, Spotify or wherever you listen to your wherever you listen to your music, Pandora, whatever you listen to, Apple Music, whatever.
Yeah, so. Probably all the streaming platforms at this point. Sure,
I would think so. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, guys, that will wrap this one up. And then, as we said before, we do have another guest lined up for next week.
Right.
So, and actually the next week after that. So we have the next 2 weeks, we still have guests lined up. So we're going to kind of be in the same form for the next couple of weeks. And then we do have an invitation out to another band, and they've actually started following us on our socials, and we follow them. So hopefully hopefully that's a good sign of things to come that we can get. Because dude, that album was fucking great, dude.
I do plan listening to it this week. So yeah,
that was pretty wild. So
yep.
But yeah, we definitely got some things going on for the next few weeks. So we won't be doing anything regularly. So just keep up with our socials to find out who the bands are and to get a little taste of the music before you get here. Because we always put the band's little whatever Facebook allows to put up there. So
right.
For advertising,
or whatever content's currently available, because like I said, we're still a week away from Lassie's new single, and
so we couldn't do anything with that. So
so and that's totally understandable. I mean, it's an absolute respect thing. I mean, he sent it to us, that way we would know what it sounded like, so we'd be able to talk about it. That's one of those things. It's another thing that to build the relationship and the friendships, but also earning the trust of these bands and these the PR firms that are sending us music. We've talked about it before. We're getting music weeks and in some cases months ahead of time, but they also trust us to just listen to it, just keep it to ourselves. And we've absolutely done that. And, we've earned that trust, and we're not going to break it, because I mean, in the case of, the new single and the lyric video, it's a week. You guys are going to make it. So we promise.
Right.
So you guys are going to make it. We promise. So.
You're going to enjoy it, though. We promise.
You will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that being said, hopefully we'll see you guys back here next week with our next guest. If you want to know who that is, follow us on our socials, mainly Facebook page and a group. We'll be promoting there.
Yep.
So then, of course, I think that goes into Instagram. So either way, but yeah. So we'll be promoting that starting on Monday. So kind of keep out for that.
Yep.
And then, so until then, we will see you back here next week. Keep those horns held high. Jump in that pit anytime you can.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.